back. Hey, just had a couple comments asking about pay and insurance and stuff, and I know I did a video about that, but looking back through my previous videos, I realized it's not there. So I do apologize. I did record it and I thought I uploaded it. Obviously didn't. So I'm just going to go quickly over what we did in orientation. Again, orientation is, depending on the timing and stuff of everything, 2 or 3 days, roughly 14 to 16 hours worth of material. After the 3 weeks of classroom and backing range and on-the-road training. So what orientation is basically all the paperwork. Setting up your insurances, doing your W-2s, setting up the 401k information if you're wanting to set that up at this point. You can do so in the future if you want to, but you're not forced to take any of the insurances. You're not forced to take anything. So, but as far as the medical insurance is concerned, I think based on the policies that I've had in the past, employer offered benefit plans. This seems to be pretty darn good. Just looking at the numbers now, as far as the quality of care, the access to sorry, that was my wipers if you heard that. Access to quality doctors and hospitals and all that stuff in the network. Not 100% sure about that right now. But if you're an individual, if you're an individual, it costs $60 a week for the medical only. So $60 only for the employee only. And that is a $1,500 deductible, which that is a super cheap premium for that low of a deductible. So that's really good. And then after you meet that deductible, it's a typical 80-20, meaning the plan pays 80%, you pay the 20%, which is pretty typical. Now, if you have a family, that goes from $60 to $80 a week. So that's what I took, because I have a family to cover. It's $80 a week. Now, the deductible for cumulative family is a $3,000 deductible, but the individual deductible is still $1,500 with that family coverage. So that's pretty good. Now, the vision and dental, super cheap, like $2 a week for the vision, and it's like $5 a week for the dental. And that covers the entire family, I believe. Now, Steve did tell us he didn't recommend that we not take the vision, but he did say that the vision, unless you live in the home office area of Black River Falls, Wisconsin, in that area, the vision is going to be a little tough to find a carrier or a provider that will accept that insurance. So I opted out of taking the vision insurance, even though I feel like I'm going to need an updated prescription here fairly soon, but yeah, we'll deal with that at some point. The dental, they said, is pretty good. The co-insurance is really, really good. Steve said that he had gotten a Crown, I believe, which is the typical co-insurance. I had gotten one last year, I think it was, and my portion was like $1,400, which sucked. That was not fun at all. And he said he had gotten one, and if I remember correctly, I think he said his out-of-pocket cost for that was $75. Wish I would have had that insurance. So got the dental insurance. Now they do have supplemental insurances. Yeah, I'm going to throw out the name of the company just because that's what typically, you see the commercials and all that stuff. It's like Geico insurances, like the accidental death, the cancer policies, accidents like broken bones and stuff like that. That'll pay you a per diem or a per event cash check. So, which is pretty cheap. I think it came out to all three of those policies came out to $18 a week. So, whatever, $72 a month ish, to get covered by all that stuff. So that's pretty good. And then the rest of it was just going over a couple of those videos because part of the orientation, there were six guys there that were experienced, meaning they have driven for Millis before, or they've driven for other trucking companies and are onboarding with Millis. So because of that, we went through a couple of the other videos, like the hours of service videos, and a couple of the other ones that we watched in class the prior 3 weeks. So that was kind of redundant, but it is what it is. But most of all, it's just pretty dry, boring stuff. So we got a whole packet of phone numbers and where to call, who to call if this arises, and that kind of stuff. So that is the orientation that is in between the classroom work and you going out with your driver trainer. All right. So any further questions about those? Actually, hold on. Before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and include the pay, because you finalize whether you want to go per diem or straight pay. So there's a lot of questions as to what the pay with Millis is and what the difference between straight pay and per diem is. I personally went the per diem route, and what that is, at this time, as of October, November of 2018, it's a base of 26 cents a mile that is taxed, and then 10 cents a mile that is untaxed. So that, obviously lowers your tax bracket at the end of the year. Now, with the per diem, you get 3 weeks of paid vacation. One of those weeks being available after only 6 months, as opposed to full year like most businesses offer. And one of the 3 weeks, you are required to take that away from the truck. The other 2 weeks, you can cash those in and get paid, but still drive those other 2 weeks. So, or you can take them away from the truck, your choice. Now, as far as what's paid out during those vacation weeks, it depends on your average miles driven. So say over 10 months, you average 3,000 miles per week. Well, during that vacation week, you're going to get paid for that amount of miles during that week. So that's pretty good. The other thing with per diem, you're eligible for the bonus programs, the fuel bonus and the safety bonus. Now, the fuel bonus comes out to 10 cents per mile per month. So roughly $100 a month, depending on obviously how much you drive. And that is determined by how much you idle, and if you fuel at the given fuel solution truck stops or whatever that they give you to fuel at during along the route that they suggested you take. So if you follow those things, then you'll get that fuel bonus. Now the safety bonus, that has to do with if you have any preventable accidents, if you get caught backing because our trailers have the deployable fins that cut down on gas mileage. So if you're caught moving forward with those not deployed, or if you're caught backing with them deployed, then you could lose your safety bonus. And that safety bonus is paid out quarterly. That could equal out a fairly decent sum of money. So at the end of the year, both the straight pay and the per diem, dollar for dollar, tends to come out pretty close. I mean, within $100 or $2 over the course of a year. Now the straight pay is just that. At this time, students will get 43 cents a mile straight pay, and only 1 week of vacation, and that's not eligible till after a full year. Now Millis did just announce an up to 7-cent raise for experienced drivers, so it gets a little complicated, so you have to read the fine print. But what that means for new students, once you get done with training, you get 1 extra cent per mile every 3 months for the first year. So you can get up to, I think it's 46 cents a mile after 9 months, and then it goes up from there, I think. So it's pretty darn good pay for somebody that's just entering the industry. Those 6 guys that we were in orientation with, they made mention that you guys are getting paid what? And you're just rookies? That's crazy. So, that makes me feel pretty good making the choice to come to Millis, because they're one of the highest paying, if not the highest paying companies for somebody that's brand new to the industry. Now, once you have experience, there most likely are other places that could pay a little bit higher, and they understand that, they know that, and they'll admit that. But somebody brand new to the industry, it's pretty good, really good pay. So, all right. Anything else? Any other questions regarding that type of stuff? Please leave the comments below. I'd love to hear from everybody. And also, what kind of content moving forward as I get out of training here. What kind of content do you guys want to see? What's going to be valuable to you guys? What are you looking to watch? Because there's a bunch of trucking channels out there that do various things. So I want to cater to the audience that have chosen to follow me and give you the type of content that you're looking for. So leave that in the comments below, and we'll see what we can do to get that kind of content for you guys. All right. Talk to you later. See ya.
Like, subscribe, and get them notifications.